man. What the world of sports of team money? What are you
Oh
seeing?
man. Well, speaking of Ohio, how about that Browns Ravens game from this past week? I mean, that was the game of the year, I think. I don't think anyone would dispute that. 42 to 47, back and forth. Lamar out with what seemed like he had to poop, but he says cramps. I don't know. I don't know who to believe. I'll take his word for it, I guess, but it's a hilarious conspiracy theory. I mean, he had 100 yards rushing, Lamar did, had an okay passing game, only 80 yards through 3.5 quarters, ended up with about 160. But Baker had a phenomenal game. And this is the big step I thought Baker needed to take here. 2 weeks in a row now versus two playoff teams over 300 yards passing. He went over 360 yards in this game, had 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, one to tie the game with a minute left. I mean, he did everything he wanted to do. He had a pick in the third quarter, which was tough. But after that, he went 12 for 15, had a phenomenal fourth quarter. I mean, he looked great, but the only thing you can complain about is their defense not stopping anyone, and you're going up against Justin Tucker, who's the most clutch kicker in NFL history.
And people won't pick up Baker in fantasy. They just do not have the confidence in him still. You know, he's out there and people can grab him, and the guy's getting so many
Yep.
points right now. And now we got the Steelers, who are the undefeated team. Now they're 11-2 in the AFC North. And then we got the Browns at 9-4 and the Ravens at 8-5.
Yeah.
So this thing's tightening up here in the
It
AFC
was.
North.
It was. And that was a big, big loss for the Browns there, too, because if they could have been sitting at 10-3 and the Steelers, who are 11-2, play at the end of the year, they could somehow get that 1 seed. So that was a big loss for the Browns with playoff implications. They're still getting into the playoffs, so it's still a really successful season for them. But that was a big loss. But if you're going to lose and be happy, the Browns can be happy about that loss.
But the Ravens are the ones with the streak. They've won 2 in a row. So they're
Yep.
the ones with momentum right now in that AFC North. So Baker's going to have to fight him off to the end.
Yeah.